It's 8 a.m. and the sun is just coming up alongside the HHHG. If you don't know what that is, that's the Hooniverse Highway Hooning Grounds. When I come out here with a fun car, I get music on the brain, and today is no exception. Just as an example, say I'm driving a muscle car, I might think of Leonard Skinner's Simple Man. If I'm lucky enough to have an Aston Martin Vanquish, I might start thinking of Pink Floyd's Money. If I have something that's a little more low and slow, maybe some favorite hip-hop songs come on. Today, though, I've got a different song on my mind because I'm driving a car, this car, for example. This is the 2014 Nissan GT-R, and a lot of people think it doesn't have soul and that there's a point missing to it. That's why I'm thinking of Kanye West and his song, Amazing. You know why? That song is amazing, and this car is amazing. You have to dig a little deeper to find Kanye West's soul, just like with the GT-R. You have to dig a little deeper to find the soul of this car. It exists, and we're gonna show it to you. Yes, I know this car was designed in a wind tunnel on a computer by a team of geeks, but those geeks deserve serious praise because what they've done is create a car that I personally love. Call it ugly, that's fine. It doesn't hurt the feelings of this car, and I happen to think it's beautiful. All that ugliness adds up to an amazing machine. These ducts work great. These lines are designed to just push it down the road. The headlamp shapes exist for a reason. These 20-inch raised wheels aren't just 20s because 20s are cool, they're lightweight and they hide these awesome brakes. This vent works and it does stuff. The shape of this lamp here, the mirror cover, it means something. This little vent here, this line, all of these lines add up and funnel wind and turbulence back through this rear spoiler and out back so you can rock it down the road in one of the fastest cars on the planet. This is it. This is the heart of the soulless beast here. This is a 3.8 liter twin turbocharged V6 engine. And they're not hiding it because it looks gorgeous. And that's a wonderful thing because too many automakers are hiding their engine. Not the case here. It's surrounded with some carbon fiber composite. And this baby pumps out 545 horsepower and 463 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a 6-speed paddle shiftable dual clutch transmission that has just gotten better over the years. It's not the 2009 model, which may have had some issues. This is not that car. It's evolved a little bit. It's more powerful. It's faster than ever. And we have the name of the gentleman who built this engine right here. I'm not going to try to pronounce that name because I don't want to offend him because what he has built is a masterpiece and I love it. This thing hauls ass, and this is part of the reason why. First time you slide your butt into the seat of a GT-R, you are facing a lot of information. Thankfully, your butt, though, is happy because these seats are rather comfortable, and this interior package, the red trim, is part of the GT-R Premium package, which pushes the base price from $99,000 to $104,000. But your eyes are met with a lot of buttons and almost sensory overload until you dive in and realize all of this is designed to help you. You've got tons of stuff on the steering wheel, so you don't have to take your eyes off of the road if you want to just change your music. On top of that, though, you've got these two buttons. This is to create lap times, start, stop, and mark. That's a really, really cool feature, and it ties in to the screen over here, which is filled with information. We have it on Custom View 4 because you can change this. So right now we can see boost, speed, torque split, cornering G, Excel braking G, and total G. If I want to change one of these out, I hit the button. Let's get rid of boost, and we'll change it to fuel range. So we got 164 miles of fuel range left. There's other already set up menus though. This is the acceleration one, the braking one, the cornering one. So if I shake the car, you can see the angle, or if we do here in acceleration, you'll see it make little notches right there. It's like a seismograph. But going forward, you've got a gear position one, you've got fuel economy, but you know, forget about that one. We're getting under 13 miles per gallon. You've got your stopwatch, so you hit the button, hit stop, shows you what your lap time was. Move it over and you've got driver's notes, but you can get, again, there's even more customizable ones left, so you can see all of your temperatures. You can see the transmission oil pressure, coolant temperature. I mean, the thing's running great, and you can set it up exactly as you want it. It's really cool, it's really clever, and it makes this car a notch above some of the competition. Now that we're ready to set off, we've got our screen the way we want it. We're gonna put all of these into R, and red R equals cool. So let's go. One of the first things I notice about driving this car is that the transmission is far less clunky, especially in first gear, than the older versions of the car. They've ironed out the issues, and now this lightning quick transmission is also a smoother transmission when you want it to be. But this car's not about smoothness. All that power routed through the wheels with a rear torque bias is designed to propel you down the road. 0 to 60 time in this car is less than 3 seconds, and that is mind-blowing, especially when you consider it's a $104,000 car. Yes, that's expensive. Relatively speaking though, for that price, you're getting one of the fastest cars on the planet, not just in a straight line, but also through the corners. And that is what causes a problem for some people. This car grips so well. Its steering is so precise. The acceleration is brutal. But people feel like it's the car doing all the work, and they're totally, totally wrong. Yes, it will raise your driving level and you will be faster on a racetrack, but the limits of this car are further than you can find them. You have to dig deeper because this car has so much more left inside of it. It's an amazing machine that actually has a soul. It's just buried behind the technical wizardry. It's there, and if you push it and you do it, you'll get a rewarding driving experience that'll blow your mind. Put traction control in R mode and you can step the tail out a little bit. You can have tons of fun in this car. It's just at levels that you're not used to. I know a bunch of you out there still aren't gonna love this car after you hear me say my thoughts on it. That's fine. This car isn't for everyone, just like Kanye West isn't for everyone. We all might like classic rock at times. We all might like a bunch of different types of music, but this car, and I know I've said the word a lot on this one, this car is amazing. It does things that you don't think are possible. It makes you feel like you're driving at a limit you didn't know you had, and it's ready to exceed those limits because this car's limits are very difficult to find. I find this car to be one of the best cars on the planet. It's one of the fastest cars. It is one of the best bang for buck cars, no question, because of what it can do. 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. That's scramble your gray matter levels of speed and the G's it can handle and what it can do. But you can also drive it to work comfortably, I might add, because those seats feel fantastic. At $104,000 as this car sits, this is one of the best cars on the planet. I'm in love with it. This car is amazing.